This is Ellen Kamhi. Hope you're doing well. And we're here today for the Florida School of Holistic Living. We're going to talk about a very interesting class we'll be doing, which is called Dowsing for Dosing. So this is a pendulum. It's an implement that you can use for dowsing. Here are some local plants. I just ran outside and got two antiviral medicinals, which we'll be talking about. And I might want to know which one of these plants would be best for me now. And it's telling me that it would be this plant, and we'll talk about it. And when should I take this plant? In the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, in the morning. So you actually can learn to get energetic information from your plants. And we'll just talk very briefly about these two plants. So if we're going to have this kind of interaction with plants, it's called dowsing for dosing, where we're using a dowsing implement to actually determine which plant would be best. And we'll just talk about these two a little bit. Like, I know that you know Biden's fantastic plant right here in Florida. Powerful antiviral. Isn't that important at this point in time? Grows prolifically throughout Florida. And look how large the dosing range is, 15 to 60 grams. So this is where you might use your dowsing techniques to determine for you, or if you tell other people, or help other people decide how much herbs they should use. You can see, is it 15, is it 60? That's a big difference, because this is a plant that we'll use in larger amounts. And here's a beautiful picture of it. So I know you're all able to find this wild. Even those of you who aren't in Florida, you can buy this. But look, there's always science on these plants. Not only does it have folklore, does it have thousands of years of use, but here's a specific story about the analgesic and anti-inflammatory activities of an ethyl acetate fraction of Biden's. That just means you make it a tincture, basically. And it's in the journal Inflammopharmacology 2014. So not only do we have the ancient use, we have the modern science. One of the things I love about herbal medicine. So here's that other plant that we had right here. It's called Exora, derived from the Sanskrit word, name of the Malaysian deity, which means Ishwara, to whom flowers were offered. And if you notice, especially involved in Hindu spirituality, this color is very honored. You see it all the time. They believe that the bush was sacred to Shiva and Vishnu, which is a wonderful thing in terms of spiritual growth. But we know it also has lots of medicinal uses. Every part of it, the flowers, leaves, roots, and the stems are used for various ailments in Ayurveda, ancient medicine from India. The fruits, when fully ripe, are a dietary source, and it's an antioxidant, antibacterial, gastroprotective, hepatoprotective, which means it cleanses the liver. The roots are used for stomach trouble. And once again, when we dive into science, there are specific studies. Here's one that's in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology 2019, looking at the fact that this plant can be very useful for psoriasis. Actually, specifically studied. This is it, Exora. I mean, it's all there for us. Now, we would combine traditional knowledge, we combine our own intuition, we learn how to use some kind of dowsing implement. It can be a pendulum. There's many other dowsing instruments when we want to interact with our environment energetically so that we get a better read on what we could use, when, how much. It's called dowsing for dosing. And you wind up getting much better results. In addition to pendulums, there's many other kinds of implements that are used, like L rods, bobbers, V rods, dowsing rods, and we'll be talking about those in the class. all different kinds of pendulums. How do you decide which one is best for which purpose? And we'll go a little further and talk about this. This is broadcasting. When we go into broadcasting, we're taking the next step on beyond dowsing to something called radionics, where we're able to measure and influence energy fields at a distance using things like light, magnetic energy, herbs, homeopathy. So this is a big discussion, but we will have our beginner class on it coming up. And if you'd like to contact me anytime, you can find me at naturalnurse.com or through the Florida School. Perhaps you want to have a career path in natural health, become a registered herbalist, or just learn more for yourself and your family. And we have CE credits as well for those who want to get them. The Florida School is very powerful at offering CE credits for professionals like nurses, massage therapists, and registered dietitians. So all of that is for you to find out and join us. Thank you so much and stay healthy.